being sick is a different world entirely. You actually like drinking tea. Hello everyone, welcome to Nareen Sci with MS. This is Nareen and it's time for Slowdown Saturday. And this Saturday was definitely slowed down considering that I still have the flu. So what am I doing? Well, there is the regular medication, but usually the flu is something where there is nothing that you can really do. You just have to sort of ride it out. And my biggest issue is the fact that it will take me a little longer, excuse me, to ride it out than most of the other people, right? But the important part is to keep yourself upbeat, keep yourself hydrated. I think I should hydrate myself a little bit after this video. But apart from that, um, you know, try to take as much rest. And I think my bed is proof enough that I've, definitely rested today, because that was pretty much all I did during the day. But with all of this being said, I did want to, you know, point out that, regardless of how long it takes you to fall sick or how often you fall sick, you know, nobody is invincible, right? We can make ourselves as strong as possible, we can make ourselves as robust as possible, but at the end of the day, if it's not meant to be, you know it will not happen. So case in point, I've gotten sick after about 2 years, but again, you know it happened, right? Even though I don't think I've changed much in terms of how I aim to be, you know, how I boost up my immune system or not. So, of course, with that said, I do want to ask you, when was the last time you got sick? And what are some ways that you do which maybe help your immune system, you know, try to stay strong, especially when there are seasons like the flu season going on right now, or other seasons, whenever that may be, right? Winter, summer, spring. Um, so, normally, one thing that I have been doing for, I want to say, maybe a decade now, is that I only bathe with cold water. Even right now, I just came out of a shower and it is evening. Still showered with cold water. It was actually beneficial because my body was probably a little feverish, so it cooled it down a little bit. But yes, I always bathe with cold water. Another thing I do is I try to minimize the amount of air conditioner I use in my room. I mean, that is part of it is because the weather here is pretty nice, but generally, uh, even when I used to live in places like Dubai, one thing I would always try to do is try to make sure that the air conditioner wasn't blowing you know icy cold air, at all times, right? Keep it at a relatively temperate climate, and try to minimize its use, because the one thing that does end up happening is um, it definitely dries the air out. And so you definitely need to learn to moisturize and do all of that stuff. Keep yourself hydrated. And definitely, since I felt sick, I have not been drinking enough water, and so I definitely have to continue doing that, so that hopefully um, you know it does pass by very soon. So with all of that said, I hope you are spending your Saturday without without sickness, that you are getting the rest that you absolutely deserve. And since I really cannot think of anything else to say, here is me wishing you, here's me, Naren with MS. I am Naren, wishing you a good night, sweet dreams, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.